evening, gentlemen. How's everybody doing tonight? Good, I guess. Good, I guess. Hey, thanks for having me there tonight, guys. Appreciate it. I hope everybody's doing great. Just to introduce myself, my name is Dave Nadeau. Badge number 007, possibly the coolest badge number anybody could possibly have. And as you can see by my portrait up there, however, having 007 as a badge number, yeah, that doesn't necessarily guarantee you're going to look like a dashing secret agent or anything. So, so much for that. All right, hey, as you guys probably know, I'm one of the founders from New York Theta and Alumni. And really quick, to help out Brian's entry from last time, I know the question was where we started in the dorms. That was Gibson G. So, and as far as Brian's entry goes, you guys are really lucky to hear that awesome young man. He's a fantastic resource and a fantastic guy. So do not hesitate to get in touch with him or any of us anytime along the way. So just to get along a little bit here, I just want to let you know what I felt like my greatest accomplishment in the fraternity. I gotta say it was being creator of the keeper of the store position. During the time that we were preparing to get chartered, I really wanted to have some way to preserve the ideals that we had, that we were founded upon in the beginning there. And, I felt that the keeper position was the way to do that. And Jim Harmon was the first, and I believe he was possibly the best example of someone who deserved that position. It was just he was one of the huge driving forces for us in the beginning and all along the way. So it was good. For my personal life, for my first life, I live in Longmont, Colorado. I moved my family out here from Austin in 2007 for a job opportunity in Boulder. We just fell in love with the place, guys. If you ever get a chance to come out here to Colorado, do it because it is pretty damn awesome. And you have a place to stay in my house for any of you guys, and I'm pretty into smoking barbecue, so you have some awesome ribs too when you come here. Great beer. So, it's such a great place too. I've actually passed up some really great job opportunities back in Boston just to stay here. And as you guys get along in life, you're gonna have a family. You're just gonna start to realize that your family's important. Your family's happiness is it's way more important than making money or getting positions. If you're comfortable and your family's happy, there's really not much better. Speaking of my family, it consists of my wife Marcy and my two kids, CJ and Katie, ages 11 and 9. My wife, she's a software tester for the Veterans Health Administration, so sometimes you can think outside of just what the brothers do. If their spouses do something that is aligned with your career, don't hesitate to get in touch with us about that as well. It's actually an extended resource that a lot of guys don't even think about. We were married in 2000. We actually met in New Orleans during Mardi Gras, and it does happen that you meet nice people in Mardi Gras. And if it wasn't for brothers Chris Kay and Greg Weber, I never would have met her because they touched me to go with them to Mardi Gras. And you know what? That's just an example of how the fraternity will affect you in ways that you have no idea. You're just going to have just some really fantastic things happen to you in your lives because of this fraternity. And I tell you what, I'm excited for you guys heading out into your lives for that. Currently, right now, I'm a freelance story shop artist. My list of clients range from photographers to magazines to ad agencies. Some of the accounts I've worked on, I think you see some of those slides might be going by there, some of my work. Some of the clients I have were ESPN Magazine, the International Olympic Committee, Harley-Davidson, Nike, Volkswagen. I've been really lucky to work on some fantastic accounts, guys. So tonight I'd really like to talk to you a little bit about adaptability, or subtext of this, or what to do when you suck at your major. So the first lesson I really got in adaptability came with the founding of the LOK and eventually the chapter. So you all know the story about our founding, right? We were going to be with the KDR guys, the guys who eventually became KDR. But the guys that were in there, we saw that that group just wasn't going in the direction we really wanted to go. So we felt that there was just there was a higher ideal that we really wanted to live up to. So we just adapted to that situation. We knew there was a gap in the Greek system on campus, and we felt that we could fill that. At the time, there were you either in a social party fraternity or a jock fraternity or a nerd fraternity, and we believed that we could be all of those, plus being a philanthropic fraternity, and we set out to do that, and I believe it's succeeding, and you guys are still succeeding. And I can't even tell you how proud that makes all of us old guys to see you guys just kicking ass still. I mean, not just on a campus level, but on a national level. That really makes us feel great, guys. I thank you guys for that. So, but throughout the years, as we were, as we were working towards our charter, I really had a great fortune just to observe and be a part of many really creative solutions along the way. So one of those situations that really sticks out came when Jim Harmon, I mentioned before, he was a photographer with the Reporter magazine. So he shot a photo essay for them, and it illustrated the problems of student drinking and alcoholism on campus. So featured in that was one of our brothers. And the Phi Psi letters, you could see it in some of the photos. And guys, at that time, we were still a colony, so things were really tricky for us. We had to be on our best behavior for everything. So when National saw this, they really didn't take kindly to the fact that the letters were visible in some of these things. And guys, you know what? For a while, it was pretty scary because we thought we were going to lose our opportunity to get our charter. We really were kind of scared about that, So, but eventually, through many discussions between us, National, and RIT administration, Greek life people, we were able to turn it into a very positive situation, guys. It opened a discussion into dangers of binge drinking and alcoholism, and just on campus and also on a national level. And I'm really proud of what we did in that situation to take what was potentially a chapter-ending situation and turning it into a very positive situation. So, but during my junior year coming up, things were really difficult for me. In the middle of that year, my mother passed away. And then on top of that, I realized I was a really crappy photojournalist. And, not too good when that's your major. I just never really felt right sticking a camera into people's faces and during the most difficult times of my life. My heart was not into what I was doing at all. So because of all those difficulties, I wasn't even sure if I wanted to continue with school. I just didn't even want to be there. Brothers really convinced me to stay, and I just took a year off, and I ended up, I was working at the Olive Garden before that, and I ended up going full-time there, slinging spaghetti. But the brothers, they convinced me to stay on campus, actually, and stay involved with the fraternity. And that had a huge impact on how my life worked out. And that's that during that time, my little brother, Jason Slope, he helped me to craft a new path and modify my major. He was in the printing program, and he helped me to find a way to take printing and pre-press classes along with my photography class. And that adaptation was just huge. That was great. I ended up finding Photoshop and learning Photoshop, and it was version 2.0, just to show you how old I am. It was huge. I found what I loved. I found what I really wanted to do. It was my passion, and to this day, I still get geeked out to go and open Photoshop every day. And if it wasn't for the lessons that I learned about adaptability and creative problem solving from the fraternity, I'd probably still be over there at the Olive Garden serving you guys spaghetti when you come over. I don't even know if they're still there now. But it's such a huge thing to be able to adapt to a situation. You guys, as you get out into the world, you're going to find that. And if you're able to adapt to your situations, you're going to get off. You have a better way through your career. And whether you know it or not, what you're doing right now with the fraternity is huge for learning adaptability. You're creatively solving problems with fraternity. You're figuring out how to go to a meeting tonight, how to listen to an old guy, still go back and do your work and get everything done. It's really huge, guys. And adaptability is still huge in my career now. It's a secret to my success. Just for an example, one of my first job opportunities was at Allied Printing in Connecticut. I ended up getting that interview thanks to the wife of one of my fraternity brothers, just speaking of that when I was talking about extended networks there. And it also helped, too, that the manager that was doing the hiring was an RIT grad as well. That's another thing to talk about, too, guys, as far as your extended networks to keep up, is the RIT alumni network is really strong. And having that on your resume, it means a whole lot. I mean, it's not just paying that money that does a lot for you. People understand that what the rigors of going to this school really does for you and what it does for your mindset. So that actually the job that I was interviewing for there, I ended up not getting it. I got something else. It came about that, like, during that interview, the conversation there, that they were setting up an in-house photo studio. I quickly adapted and did the interview conversation to convince me about how I could help in that endeavor by being a photo assistant and a retoucher there. And it worked, guys. It worked. I got lucky in a way because I didn't see this coming. If I had done some research, I might have found out a little bit about it. But I saw an opportunity and I adapted to it. And again, that's one of those huge things that you guys can learn. And then that job led to an opportunity for a position at Mullen Advertising in Boston. Again, the job I got actually wasn't the one I was interviewing for. While I was researching that company, yes, I actually researched it this time, I found out that they outsourced all of their retouching work for their ads to pre-press shops in the area. During that interview, I was able to convince them that an in-house service would just lead to a better product. It would be huge. Faster time, better working with art directors, and that worked, guys. They were convinced. And I was able to set up the in-house visual imaging services there. And working there not only was a great resource for learning how to set up a new situation, but it was also a great resource in learning how to network with people and how to maintain networks of people you've worked with as friendships, which has been a huge way for me to keep up with my networks. Is it not just knowing where they're working right now, but knowing what their kids are doing, knowing what's up in their lives. It's huge when people that you work with, you consider your friends. And also while I was at Mullen, I also set up a small photo studio in-house, again, to provide services. In the vein of adaptability, I didn't have a photo studio at the time when I decided to do this. I was setting up literally in offices of people who were getting downsized. I ended up getting in one office that was huge. A guy was like a vice president. I just moved into his office and started shooting photos there. Adaptability. Once they saw that I was doing good, I was making them money, and I was doing good work, they let me stay there, and they appreciated me, you know? So sometimes I've heard this saying that if you're not cheating, you're not trying. It kind of goes a long way. I'm not speaking morality likewise, but I'm speaking about go out there, do something, beg forgiveness, not permission, just do it. So now in my life as a freelancer, adaptability is even more of a huge thing. It's even more important to my success. Like finding work, maintaining relationships with clients, just producing high quality work and finding ways to do that. It requires creative problem solving, adaptability on a daily basis. You guys are going to find that as you get out into the career, that it's going to be huge for you. And so just to sum it up, guys, I found this quote from Bruce Lee of all people, yeah, it was just been really important and helpful in my career and in my life. Kind of goes like this. Be like water making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you will find a way around or through it. Even nothing, or excuse me, if nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. You must be shapeless, formless, like water. When you pour water into a cup, it becomes the cup. When you pour water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Now, water can drip or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Thanks, guys. Any questions?
Questions. So I'll ask a few that they asked to Brian 2 weeks ago that he's kind of forwarded to you. First was your inspiration for the shield or the crest that you created for the League of Knights.
Yeah, so the crest. The date on there was our founding. The points of the star represent the 13. There are 13 points on it, so it represents the 13 founders. And the rest of it, the blue and the silver, were the colors that we had at the time, and the rest of it just looked pretty cool. So there's no real huge inspiration beyond that. It was nice, and it was a cool helmet and some fun, like filigree stuff that went out and around it.
Yeah, Brother Joe just initiated this fall. He said some things, when you intend to do them, they don't always come out good or bad. He said, what did you intend for the Keeper of the Sword to be? And when you graduated, was it maintained as what you wanted it to be?
The position of Keeper of the Sword, did it end up how I wanted it to be?
Yeah, did it, by the time you graduated, was it still what you had imagined it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it was keeping. It was meant to be to honor one of the brothers who we felt embodied the ideals that we started with, of helping each other, of being scholarly, of being of sound body in some way at least. And it continued that way. There was always a brother who was helping the fraternity, who was committed to continue helping the fraternity in any way possible. And there was always a guy that you felt you could go to no matter what.
Who is Jude Fish?
Jude Fish. He was one of the guys who was on our floor. Jude was a cool guy. He just ended up, he was with us for a bit, and ended up just not wanting to continue from what I remember. Boy, now I have to try to remember some of the other stuff. I'm wondering if I know he didn't want to continue doing it with us under the rest of the circumstances. I don't remember exactly. So again, those old guy things happening in our heads,
Do you know where Sung Ha is?
Sung Ha. Wow, I haven't heard that name in forever. No, I don't. I've heard things saying that he may have gone back to Korea. That we may know is Matt Kono was friendly with him, but I'm not sure if he still is. Jeez, wow, that's a good one. What comes up when I think of him is somebody he was dared to shave his eyebrows at one point when we were on his G. Did, and it was the freakiest thing ever. It really was. He couldn't place it right away when you looked at him. You're like, what is weird about his face? And, oh my God, your eyebrows are gone.
What's something you love about living in Colorado?
Oh, Jesus, everything. For Christ's sake. It's beautiful weather. The outdoor scene is amazing. I can look out a window from my bedroom, and I see the Rocky Mountains right there. I'm looking at snow-capped serrated peaks from my bathroom window. The beer scene is amazing. Craft beer. In my town, you go 5 minutes one way, you get left-hand beer. You go 5 minutes the other way, and you're drinking Oscar Blues. The activities, we go camping, hiking. I have friends that do skiing all the time. I need a way too shot to go skiing. Oh, by the way, speaking of these guys, don't skip leg day, all right? People thank you later in life. Go do your squats, all right? But Colorado's fantastic, guys. And beyond that, speaking more on a professional level, it is booming for technology in here right now. We have a lot of really fantastic companies that are moving here, a lot of fantastic companies that have been here for quite a while. My wife's cousin is actually he owns a software company in Denver that does a ton of work for NASA. I know a lot of people that work with Ball Aerospace, which is right nearby. There's a couple of really just fantastic companies. The wind energy companies in this area are ramping up huge right now. Get out to Colorado. Trust me.
So I have a question about family lines. First of all, before you guys started taking pledge classes as a Phi Psi colony, did you do Big Brothers?
We did. Yeah, because I was big brother to Jay Slope, and he was LK1, and so we had the line started almost immediately.
Second question is, a lot of family lines no longer continue because somewhere along the line someone didn't get a little brother.
Mine is dead, you bastard! You killed my line. What the hell?
So my question is, do you think that this program can eventually lead to alumni being involved in the pledging process and possibly getting like a new little brother or signing up to be somewhat of a mentor for these pledges as they go along?
Yeah, I think it could. I wouldn't call it a little brother program. Maybe mentoring, or the old guy helps you out because they're old and they have lots of so-called wisdom program.
Do you know anybody in the biotech industry in Colorado?
Biotech, ooh, that's a good one. Trying to think of Ball Aerospace. No, they may not. Let me, you know what? If you're already, or if you're not already linked up with me on LinkedIn, get hooked up with me on LinkedIn, and then you can research some of my stuff. Otherwise, I'm trying to think of biotech, some of the biotech firms around here. No, I know some pharmaceutical people possibly. I think that might be the extent of it at the moment, but definitely get linked up with me, and at the least, when you come out here for an interview, you got a place to stay.
Say the question. Which Phi Psi ideal do you hold most dear?
Jesus. Should it be the one that we ingrained in our heads to pass the test before chartering? we had one that all of us did. We swore that we were cheating off each other because we went by honesty, integrity, loyalty, scholarship. We all remembered Hills. And it was kind of a joke at first that we did that. It was like, oh, honesty, integrity, loyalty. We have a nice mind device, and it worked. But then we thought a little deeper about it, and like, you know what? That pretty much sums it up as far as what we really went into. That's what we really went in for: the honesty, the integrity, loyalty to each other, scholarship. Because we always take pass with our GPAs. It started as a joke to have just a mnemonic device that worked, and then we just sort of realized, you know what? Those pretty much cover it for us. That's what we want.
Where did the nickname Casey come from?
I can almost hear the other old guys laughing when I listen to this on YouTube. Casey came from one of the original guys who was Jeff Taylor's roommate, Scott Mine. So what ended up happening throughout the time in school, well, let me put it this way. Do you know the story of the mighty Casey at the bat? Do you know that one, guys?
Some guys are shaking their heads.
Does anybody know Casey at the bat? There was no joy in Buzzville for the mighty Casey struck out. This is how it ends.
Yeah.
Well, Monet saw how poorly I did with the ladies and dubbed me the mighty Casey. And to my chagrin, it stuck to the point where I just accepted it, and I was known as Casey from then on, to the point where I would introduce myself as Casey from then on to anybody, to the point where my wife's mother thought that her last name was going to be Casey. instead of Nadeau. She didn't know Casey wasn't my real name.
So Nick asked, in medieval knightship, there was a lot of loyalty to religion and the churches. Is there, with the League of Knights, was there any connection to religion?
We really didn't. We didn't put in for that as far as being religious, specifically to any one religion or anything like that. We had guys from all over the spectrum. We had Catholic, we had Jewish, we had just all over the way. So we kind of took on the thing that what was good about everything within a religion is what we hang on to. You know, not necessarily what book you read or what part of the book you read. It was what it meant in your heart as far as what's good, and that's what we kind of stuck to.
So on your slide, it says you assisted early pledge educators in refining the process. So what do you think is the most pivotal part of pledging?
I'm gonna say exactly what Brian Ventry said. And when I was passed on to Toby Metcalf, I'm sure Toby will say the same thing. The little things. Have your pledges take care of all the little things, because when you take care of the little things, the big things take care of themselves. So I mean, it seems like we always were nitpicking on stuff here and there, but we really wanted to have everybody's stuff squared away, all the little points. And when you can put your attention to detail to all the little points, all the big points will come out fine. And I know Toby was really huge on that, and I helped him in that sense in some ways. It was really a cornerstone of the pledging program, I believe.
All right, well, we're out of questions. Do you have any last points before we say goodbye?
No, just like I said, if any of you guys make it up to Colorado, you have a place to stay. Don't be afraid to hit me up on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever. I'm always available to answer your questions and always available to buy you a beer when you get out here.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave.